I think I got a new name for our tractor, but I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you like it. I think I'm gonna call him Timmy Tractor. What's up, Barbara? Oh, okay. And you heard it from the mouth itself. From the mouth. There it goes. Just catching on the other part. Hey guys, how you doing? And welcome to another day in the life. We're going to do a sink thing today, and I think Irvin already got that on. But what happened is STIHL could not really figure out how to get that sink on. But what I'm going to show you, I should have videotaped this earlier. I used a sawzall to cut part of it off. And I'm going to show you what. Okay, you see up in there? I had to cut part of that rusty looking thing off, and I took a sawzall to cut it off so that our sink can fit. And I mean, not the sink, but the faucet. So that's what I did. And let me take it back out.
What do you think?
I think it looks good.
And I didn't have to build a wooden between them or not.
Yeah.
It just, there was enough lip on both sides that with the right pieces of wood, enough to hold that.
Okay, great.
I think it's going to work.
Looks good. Yeah, I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, we can do.
Okay, guys. Welcome to another day in the life. This is probably, I don't know. This is probably a week after I did the first clip on it, so it's going to be, I don't know, maybe weird for some people. I don't know. Anyway, what we're doing, we got a lot of grass right here and right here. You can see the grass rows, and what I'm doing, I'm finding my trees, and I think this one's empty. I don't think anything's in there, but we'll see. I did that mowing the grass, or actually I probably forgot to mow that part. We'll see what happens. Okay, another thing, I got our little bush hog right here, ready to do it. I don't have anywhere to set up the camera as I'm doing it, so I'll come back when it's done. But we might do this area too, I don't know. At least get the big stuff off. So, this area right here is probably going to be turned up into, it's one of our areas for one of our parcels for our trees that we don't have in yet. I've been meaning to get that in, but you know, the money situation came in and said nope. Actually, not the money, but it was the rain. The rains came. It was too muddy out here to do anything. We got about another week of sunshine, and this week it's supposed to be, the average for the week would be about 87 or so, with the weekend getting warmer. It is Tuesday right now, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to film me taking the grass out, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to take our little bush hog and go in between all the trees that you see, and then take Little John and go ahead and cut out all the places where I know there's no trees at. So we'll get back to you on that. Okay, that's what I've done. I've taken the tiller and I made 2 rows on either side, well, 1 row on either side of the Christmas trees. We're trying to get the grass out of here. As you can see over there, there's one. But what I'm doing, I'm taking 2 rows, going on either side, and then making like a figure 8 mark between the trees. And after I've done that, I'm going to take some Roundup and get rid of the grass. But I'm going to pull the grass out of the trees first before I do that. So the only grass, and I'm going to till it up a little bit before I do that. And come back at it for some more. And then going to go down to the next row, do the same thing. So really the only grass would be about a 3 foot, 4 foot section between each tree. So, but I've taken about an hour break. Wow, it's pretty tiring. So I took about an hour break. And I went into the house for a bit. And now I'm back out and we're gonna get going again. Okay guys, as you can see, I've done 2 passes on one side or on either side, and then I did a figure 8 in between them, which kind of made those little hills there on a little bit, and then I let that dry out a little bit, and then I came back and did some more. Okay, what I'm planning on in a little bit, I will be taking all the grass away from the trees and putting some Roundup spray in where the dirt is over here. I'm going to have the same thing done over on these trees, and I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. I still have to make the passes on them. I'm probably going to pull Little John out and cut that bunch of grass right there, and because it's not part of it. I don't have any trees over there, so. But I'm showing you what I'm going to be doing over here, and get a piece of cardboard or something so the wind won't blow any Roundup on the trees. Hey guys, welcome again after the break. Well, after the next day. I've ran out of weed eating line, so I'm going to be replacing the weed eating line, and we're going to get going. We got to replace the weed eating line. We blew out the air filter on it, so, and we did a little bit of maintenance on it. However, I need more line, and we'll get going again. Okay, this is the next day. It rained last night. We had a storm early this morning, about 4 or 5 o'clock. Actually, I think it started about 3. And I got another row of it. The only thing is, we had some rain, so it's pretty muddy. It's muddy in here, so I'm not going to be able to till, at least this morning in the morning. Maybe it'll till later on this afternoon. Dry out, so I can till later this afternoon actually. And we're going to get going. But what I can do, I can weed eat it. I can get the weed eater down here, and we'll come down here and start weed eating. One thing I wanted to do today is make some One thing I wanted to do today, I wanted to get the weed eater and clear out around these trees up here. These are our Fraser firs. As you can see, don't know what happened to that one, but it looks like it's dying out. So, I don't know, it's still kind of red, so maybe it'll come back. But I doubt it. Looks like I'm going to be buying about 50 more trees of various types just to replace what we lost. One thing I'm not going to do is pull the tree until I order them. That way I know where to replant them. And, you know, hopefully when I replant them, they'll be in a little bit better conditioning. So, I'm going to have to let these dry out. I'm going to have to let the ground dry out. I may not be able to do it until tomorrow or the next day on the tilling part. But at least maybe I can get the weed eater in and weed eat around the trees. So, but, I did see a rat snake in here. Rat snakes have a white underbelly and a black skin. I don't know. Maybe they have the pure black too. I don't know. But I have seen pure black snakes over here. Alright. Well, enough with this. I'm gonna start weed eating. Yeah, there we go. We don't like those. I don't know how to get rid of them or what, but we don't like those. Yeah, I need to, this is our path from here all the way down here. But I did start a little too close, so I don't know how I can push them back. There's one right there. And this is nothing. I just forgot to mow this part of the grass. So I might have to go get little John back over here and finish the job. Okay, hey guys. Got this flag here because this is where the water basically starts and the row ends. I got a tree right there. It's in the water. One of the things is when we till on either side of it, it'll create kind of like a ridge so that the trees will kind of be higher than the other. But I'm thinking it's a little bit too wet to till. I might try it. I might try it today. The ground seems damp. Yeah, it's wet under there. But some of the rows, like this row right here, might be alright to do. So I think I'm gonna try it on this row. See if it'll work. Now, one of the things we decided to do is to expand this. So probably in the fall, this tree right up over here, that tree right there, we're going to transplant it to over here if this tree doesn't decide to make it out. So then we'll have another 6 feet of room right there. And we're going to till on either side like we did here. What I did, I tilled on either side and then put Roundup in between the rows and on the grass. I did that yesterday. Hopefully it'll kick in. It did rain last night, so I don't know how much of that stuff actually dried, but a lot of it looks like it did it. So we're gonna go ahead and try that. Not really try it, we already did it, but we're gonna go ahead and see. Now this row we're gonna till like we did the last one, but I think I might have made a mistake in the measuring of the rows, because it does not look like it will be wide enough. Anyway, but I'm out here looking at the ground, trying to decide if it's dry enough to do another till on it or not. Now this bunch of grass is here because we couldn't find another tree. We couldn't find a tree in there. And that's not a tree. That's like a bush that looks, the top looks like a baby tree. So we do have one right there. These are our Douglas firs. For the most part, they seem to be doing alright. See, that one has a little bit of green on it. That's the one we're going to be, well, we might transplant this one too. Find a dead one and do that one too. Now we thought we had enough room in here, but then it's like, well, we got to till it too, so I thought I had enough room. I only put maybe a foot on there, and that's an 18-inch tiller. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. As soon as the ground dries up, it'll probably take about 2 or 3 days before we could get any meaningful tilling done. Now we're up here. We're gonna go see what Arvin's doing. So what you up to, Arvin?
There's nothing but logs in it, rotten logs. It's a mess. I get it cleaned up to that tree there, and then that's it.
Okay.
Pretty
And
hot.
that's about 15 feet.
It's pretty hot. Got it 1 foot at a time.
Pretty hot today. It's in the 90s, low 90s, 91 or so.
I ain't going to do too much more.
Why don't we take a break? Well guys, this is the last day we can burn this summer. So we're going to have to stop burning for now and move on until fall. We did have a problem with our Poland Pro chainsaw. There's something broke inside, and when you add power to the gas, you know, when you add the throttle to it, it just wants to act like it's not gonna try to spin the blade, kind of like if you have the lock on a blade, and it does that. So we got a STIHL MS-171, and that thing worked for a couple hours, and then it just decided to stop. We took it back, and we can see Arvin here. Hey Arvin, what are you doing today?
Not much of anything. Just kind of cutting these vines
Okay.
so I can use the weed eater in here without it falling up on them.
Alright. These vines do not like the weed eater. They like to spin around and get tangled up into the weed eater. So we're going to try and cut them out and then go. We did these, we cut all of these down with the chainsaw. We were going to cut this cypress down, but then we had a problem with our STIHL chainsaw that we have, and it doesn't want to start. And I took it in for a repair, and he fixed it on the spot. He said something about the fuel filter was sticking up, and I don't quite exactly know what he was talking about, but evidently I guess the fuel filter was above the gas level. And one thing else about those STIHLs that I've seen is that orange cap on top. It likes to pop up all the time, like all the time. And when I'm doing it, it seems like you got a high throttle on when it pops up. So I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, we'll have it, we're going to have it looked at tomorrow and see what goes on with that. But we have opened up a big area in here, about 40 feet or so, maybe a bit more, maybe 50. And like I said, if we had the chainsaw working, we would have taken out these trees too. These trees too would have come down. And I don't know. Well, it looks like they're going to be coming down in the fall. So I did do one thing today. It was finally dry enough to cut the grass. So I cut the grass all up over here. All up over here. And then over here. This is where we had the real tall grass. So, and here is Arvin's grape that he found. We actually didn't plant this one, it was already planted, and we have another one up here, but Arvin's going to leave it. When we get paid, we're going to get a couple of risers, or not risers, but steel stakes, like that one over there. It's like a fence post right there, and we're going to make some bushes. What we're planning on doing, having about three blueberry bushes right in this area, and then about 8 grapes going down, and then about 3 or 4 more blueberries on the other side. And this is our pumpkin patch. We're going to be working on the grass here in a couple of days. Get that grass down, and go with that. The pumpkins look really good. That one is already looking like it's vining. Right there. We got a little feeder on that. I don't know if they feed or not. But it's that stringy thing that looks like it's a climber type thing. But from what I know, pumpkins grow on the ground. So I don't know why we're getting those. But we're gonna go in here one day next week and start chomping up some grass in here. And hopefully next year we won't have them, or we won't have any grass in there anymore. I don't know if it's light enough in here. Maybe it is, I don't know. But where's our chainsaw at? Don't tell me we just bought the, oh, here we go. Okay, here's our STIHL chainsaw. And I'll show you what's happening with it. Okay, it doesn't want to start. But this little thing right here keeps popping up. And, you know, when you're working, it's like that. So we're going to take it back to Ace and say hi. You know. It's really hard to put it on too, so I don't know why it's popping off. Maybe when it gets hot in there, you know, when it gets hot in there, it's plastic lip, so maybe it kind of melts. And it's a new chainsaw. I really like it too, but just wish it started. So we're going to bring it to Ace tomorrow. I might have to drop it off with them and see what they could do with it. Anyway, alright guys, until next time, live it, love it, and share it.